You know
Shit,
what I
baby.
mean? I have a strong indication. Man, and we're live, man. It look like one of those new slots, man. This fit us actually, pretty good, man. At 8:30 slot, we prime time, So this fit us pretty well, man. Let's go and get kicked off. We ain't gonna waste no time. We're gonna be past our bedtime, but for me, this right on time, you know. So let's go ahead and get it kicked off. I go ahead and because I'm already propped up. All right, so again, my name is Brandon B. Dixon, NMLS 1541210 at BNL Loan also on all social media. So if this is your first time tuning in, please hit us with a like, subscribe. If you're a veteran of the show, please go ahead and spread it to a friend. We need to grow our audience. So, especially my YouTube, go to my YouTube at BNL Loan Officer. We're trying to grow that platform. So if you like long form content that's informative, and that way you could, make some great financial decisions about real estate or any other thing, go to my YouTube at being that loan officer. If you're ready to book me for a consultation, go to my website, www.applywithb.com. You can book me for a consultation, or you can apply for a mortgage right then and there. Go ahead and hit that up. You can call me 832-775-8357 if you're trying to get a mortgage, so hit me 24/7 as long as it's about business. Also, www.brandonbdixon.com. I'm also a luxury agent. So you trying to list, you trying to invest, you trying to buy a home, go ahead, hit me up right there as well. Last but not least, CLC Investment Club. If you trying to mitigate your risk, you're trying to get into real estate investment and you don't want to get into it alone, but you want to dump some money at it, want to see the ropes and see how it goes, and that way you get make some learn and earn, clcinvestmentclub.com. All right, so CJ, I got you propped up.
All right, what's up, everybody? CJ, the realtor here in Houston, Texas. Follow me on social media at CJ Sells Texas, CJSELLSTX. And of course, check out the website, greenwoodrealtytx.com, if you want to know what's available on the market, if you want to know what your home is worth, or if you're an agent looking for more information about other brokerages, we got you covered at greenwoodrealtytx.com. Also check out the YouTube channel, CJ the Realtor, where we have our Lux Tour, Home Tour Lux Edition, showing you some of the luxury homes in Houston and surrounding areas. And we're also doing some other videos where we're highlighting local businesses and other things too. So go on there, give me a subscribe, all the good stuff with the likes and shares, comment, let me know what you think on that too. And of course, we give back with our mentorship program. So the Mansa Academy, where we teach our young men knowledge of self-improvement and entrepreneurship. So if you want to learn more and donate, go to themansahacademy.org.
All right, Barry B, I got you propped up.
Hey, this is Barry B, real estate agent here in Houston. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in the Houston and surrounding areas, you can go to homesbybarryb.com. You can put Homes by Barry B in Google, and all my social media platforms come up. I'm on Facebook, YouTube channel, TikTok, Instagram. My number is 832-786-1270. So let's give me a call and let's talk about your goals for the year.
Got you. All right, Hyman, I got you.
You got that secret garden voice on.
All right.
Hyman with H&L Premier Realty, here to help you with your investing needs. you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me at 832-235-0985. Thank you so much.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah, it did sound like Quiet Storm.
Right.
You know. Yeah, the Quiet Storm voice. Man, coming to you next. Up on the cruise. Yeah, you know. But yeah, that used to be the days back in the days we used to listen to radio.
Oh yeah.
You know, so
Quiet Storm. Oh yeah.
Quiet Storm. We had a DJ called Papa Smurf. Yeah, DJ Papa Smurf. You know, FM 98. Let's go ahead and get it started, man. We ain't gonna waste no time today with an introduction or anything like that. Let's go ahead. I got quite a few clips today, so let's go ahead and let's go ahead and get it started. I found, first of all, this is a throwback. I was talking about this clip about a month ago, and I finally found it. Let's start off with this one right here, and then we just get the brief discussion going about this. But this is the one, the Vanilla Ice one I was talking about. Let's go ahead and get that started.
This is a true story. You haven't seen some of the houses you own? Never. And I buy them because I buy tax auctions. I buy tax liens. So I don't buy normal MLS or anything that you're going to see on Zillow. There's nothing on the computer that I'm going to be buying. I buy them below the appraised value, way below. And everybody would if they could, but they can't because they don't know my tactic. My tactic is to hire an attorney. And my attorney goes to the courthouse. He finds out that day what tax liens in the whole county or anywhere I want to buy a home is, and he'll give them to me. You owe me a $5,000 retainer, whether you buy a house or not. I don't care what you do with this information. I woke up and got my coffee and went here and got it for you. Now you do it. And I go on there and I go, oh my God, look at these houses. I don't need to see them. I don't need to drive by them. Don't need to even care. And I own so many houses that I've never seen because all I need to see is what is the appraised value of that house and what am I buying it for? Holy shit, I'm buying it for half of the appraised value. I just made money. You do real estate, you understand that. It's when you buy a house that's worth $1 million and you pay $500,000 for it. That's what I do. I make money on my houses before I even fix them up, when I buy them. The reason I buy my houses, some of them I've never even seen.
Right. So yeah, I know we briefly talked about that about a month ago, but I couldn't find a clip. I wanted to react, but I found it, so I had to stick that in there. But before I found the next clip, I wanted to comment, man. I mean, I think I use Hyman words. That's a solid strategy. If you got a lot of money, I mean, you can't lose. I mean, I don't think unless you got a nuclear, bomb or something reaction or something like that, most of the time real estate is gonna go up, not down.
Tax liens are tricky though, man. Tax liens are very tricky. It sounds pretty simple, but what you're doing is you're buying the lien that the county is about to put on the house before it goes to the auction, right? And so what they want to do is they want to try to get as many people to purchase these liens at a cheaper price to allow the homeowner to still stay in there. But as soon as they don't make that payment or they set up a payment plan or whatever, they still have somebody on the hook who can still come in. They've bought most of the lien and they still getting paid. It's an excellent strategy for the county. As far as an investor, if you're able to actually take the property over, it's solid. But if the homeowner never defaults on that, then you're just holding a somewhat of a note that you don't get paid on. If that makes sense.
Right, but would it be a good? I know Patrick's not coming on tonight. I don't know if he's sick or what, but wouldn't it be a solid strategy to park money, for the tax benefits and everything like that? If you had a bunch of money, yeah.
To own a lien that is not really paying a dividend. If you got a bunch of money that you just gotta hoping that you can say, well, I wrote this off because I bought this lien that's not doing anything or something like that. There could be a benefit there. But as far as an investment strategy to make money, no. Because there's a 50-50 chance that they could come back and get the house and you just own a lien that you can't really go ahead and take over.
Yeah, I was thinking it was like kind of being used to offset like taxes owed. It's like when you can depreciate those houses that you just bought or the property you bought.
Right.
But the issue is that the county is selling that lien. That doesn't mean that they're collecting on the lien. They don't own the house. They just own that lien that eventually they're hoping that that homeowner will default.
Well, I'm thinking he's talking about one he in default, like buying a house that for like you said that's worth $1 million for $500,000.
If it's already in default, then he's just buying tax sales. So
Right.
tax liens and tax sales, two totally
Right.
different things.
Yeah, I
To
think
go
he's
buy
buying
a tax
sales.
sale, perfect.
Yeah. Right.
That
He's
makes
buying
sense.
tax sales, not tax lien, because he
But
got
a
the
lien,
cash.
no. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? You're hedging your bet.
Right. No. This is something different. This is dude that's filthy rich. He ain't. I think for the difference for the audience that don't know, there's lists that you could buy from the county, and you could pay their back taxes, and you hoping that they default. That's something different. If you don't, you at least make the interest on your money. That's tax liens. Tax sales is he like you said, he hires a lawyer. Lawyer gets the list from the county, and these are the ones that's that's about to default. And he just buys them without even looking at them. And that's a solid strategy because now he's owned these particular properties for half the value, and he already got 50% equity in them, and he ain't did nothing to them yet. So now you can, like you say, you can appreciate the taxes. He got all kind of tax write-offs. And he got all the equity that eventually, you could go ahead and fix it up, or even go and sell. You got plenty of money. You just really doubled your money.
Man, and if you buy it strategically, right in the halfway of where there might be expansion, or the government, the city is talking about doing some revitalization, they'll pay you for it because
Right.
they're the eminent domain.
Right. I think that's a solid strategy if you got a bunch of money. If you got a bunch of money, as opposed to
What a park.
Yeah, where you're not. It's not in the bank where it's only getting point. Even the rich folks get like on a CD or something like that. You only gonna get like nowadays 1%. Right now, since the inflation, you might get 3-4%, but you ain't gonna get that mean flip. That's 100% flip.
You never get a mean flip from the bank.
Yeah, you never go. So you buying the tax, if I had the price, that's a mean flip. That's a mean flip. You ain't doing nothing, and the tax benefit. Barry, we'll say you.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the tax sale is more a little bit better than that tax lien. I've received some things about tax liens, and that's something that I don't know too much about the tax. Well, I know that it's like I say, you're basically buying the lien that the county is putting on it. But
Right.
Yeah, I mean, if you can buy the home for 50% of what it's worth, then that's. I mean, like you say, you can just sit it there and you still gonna make money.
Exactly. You just solid.
But the thing is, you're gonna have to have money. Like you say, you buying a $1 million house that you're gonna buy for $500,000.
Right.
Yeah, you gotta have that money.
Yeah, you're talking about somebody.
But you can't do it everywhere though, because if you get like buying property where in a city where everybody's leaving.
This depends. If you could get even in Detroit, right? You can get. If I can get a house for $10,000 right now, and this, worth 20, you don't think you have to sit on that thing and wait? Eventually,
it's gonna be a whole lot of eventually.
So you're gonna be waiting. Depending on where it is in Detroit, you're gonna be waiting.
You're gonna be waiting.
The residential market in Detroit, he's right. You still can go buy a house for $10,000 to $20,000 at the tax sales, but you're not gonna sell it. You're just gonna put a housing tenant in it and just let it rock and let it ride.
Just let it ride.
That's it. That's about it. Because the idea of thinking it's gonna appreciate so much. Now you're not gonna get that much appreciation as you would in any major city, but you do get that beautiful cash flow of for $20,000. You put a Section 8 or a housing tenant there for $1,000.
Right.
In 2 years, you got your money back. By the third year, you're
livable at 10K though.
Say what?
Is it livable at 10K?
Yeah, like at 10K, can you even live in the spotlight? Like, is it happening?
I think I had a guy, a friend of mine who's from up that way, who actually owns some stuff up there, and those little houses, what we call shotguns here, 2-bedroom, 1-bath. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna dump probably another 30 back into it. So actually, you're gonna be in 50 grand.
Yeah, I don't think he's putting nothing into it. He's just buying and it's sitting on it.
Right, it's sitting on it. Yeah,
but you can have better uses for 10 grand than just letting it sit on some dirt like that.
Right.
Because you're still paying
I
taxes.
mean, you find some dirt in a tray, you might be able to just sit on that.
Right. But
Here, yeah, but
eventually,
Detroit, no.
I
Yeah,
think
that's what I'm
Detroit
saying.
eventually gonna come back.
You
I
can't
think
do
that's
it
what-
in every city.
Yeah, I think Detroit is one of those that's eventually gonna come back. I think them going to be about to go to Super Bowl, and that's this one spot. Eventually, they're gonna come back. I don't say the same thing about Indiana or something like that, Gary, Indiana or something like that. But I think Detroit one of them cities because it's right next to Canada. That eventually come back.
How long is eventually though?
It
Right.
might not be in our lifetime, but that's the point. Yeah,
Right.
that's the point. Like he
I'm
got
like,
enough
it's
bread.
cool to be next to Canada, but you need a passport to go over there now.
Right.
Like back in the day, you could just hit that tunnel.
Right. So, but either way, I think it's a solid strategy. I think we're getting too much in the weeds, but if it's in a major city, which I think he's probably in California somewhere, you just buying them.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Yeah, you can buy it for
California too.
half the appraised value. Yeah,
You
like
can't
say,
lose.
you
No,
making
gotta
money.
do something in California. I'm gonna do a post. I'm gonna do a post in the next couple of days because California and Florida. I don't know if y'all notice how many Florida tags you see in Houston right now,
Right.
but California and Florida, they got like insurance companies dropping people left and right.
Right.
But we knew that. We knew.
Yeah,
Florida
they've
was
been
in trouble
coming
with
from
insurance
Cali
a
for the
while.
last few years.
Yeah, but now they're doing Florida too.
But
So now
okay,
you got
because of all
California
those
and Florida
storms.
moving to Texas. Heavy.
Right. Well, it's
So
getting so
you can buy in
situation because of all the
California, but
storms,
then
CJ?
when you try to flip or build something and somebody got to get homeowners insurance and can't get it, then what you gonna do?
I think that's the just to be honest, I think that's more of the middle class, lower middle class people that's getting squeezed out. I just was on the conference call with a realtor that's in Miami, and they selling, $1 million condos and $5 million condos, and he said he got 14 deals this month. So the rich getting richer. He's like, man, I don't see no slowdown, at all.
So Miami ain't Florida though.
Yeah, I mean Miami is in Florida, but you know what I'm saying?
Miami is in Florida, but that ain't Florida.
Right. So the rich is definitely getting richer. Bitcoin has doubled up within the last couple of years, man. The rich is getting richer.
The thing about Florida is that if you're selling those high rises, and they're building them based on this new code, the hurricane windows, the hurricane resistant steel, the hurricane resistant windows, yes, an insurance company will insure that because it's up to the latest code for building. But when you're talking about those homes that were built in 1970, 1980, and 1990, they're not touching those. So what your man's is selling, if he's selling condos down there on South Beach that's less than 10 years old, yeah, they moving like crazy. But that's just only a certain percentage of the Florida. But the rest of it is not, if that makes sense.
Right. Well, like I said, I'm talking about it's in that quote unquote luxury space that's is rocking and rolling, rocking and grooving. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead and go to the next clip. We're gonna keep these clips moving. Because I got quite a few of them that I accumulated.
We all just get along. Mortgage lenders out there, why are you charging higher interest rates to Black or Hispanic home buyers? This article is saying in 2022, Black and Hispanic home buyers get interest rates compared to white and Asian home buyers. Here's a tip. If you're Asian, Black, white, Hispanic, or other home buyers, always shop your loan with a bunch of different lenders before you decide to pick a lender. Remember, as a buyer, you have within 45 days to run your credit as much as you want with different lenders to shop. Take your scenario from one lender and take that scenario and talk to a couple of different lenders. The pro tip, if you're looking for a jumbo or an arm, go to the big banks, US Bank, Union Bank, Bank of America, or go to your local credit union. They will be able to find you a great deal. And if you have challenging income or challenging credit, I recommend you go to these mortgage banks. They do everything in-house and they're going to be able to do your deal and find you a good deal. Loan Depot, Guarantee Rate, Movement Mortgage. But if you're W-2, salary or hourly, and you're going with a conventional or government loan, and you're trying to chase the lowest interest rate, the lowest fees, go to a mortgage broker. Those of you want to compare rates right now, here is the nationwide average mortgage interest rates. Remember, these rates are just a ballpark. Give your lender a call so you can get an accurate quote. And for those of you who are out there shopping, if you want help reading or beating your current loan estimate, if you want to find out if you're getting gouged or not, even if you want to stay with your lender, but you want help, comment shop, and my team and I will reach out and help you read that estimate.
Boy, what a mortgage man. I agree with some of it. Some of it I disagree. I'll set this off. First, I think for all of the above, go to a broker. I mean, because I have all of the above. I have big banks. I have mortgage shops, and I have some retail. I have like CMG. I have used to be Caliber, which is New Res now. All the people that I used to work for, pretty much I got they wholesale, and their wholesale is better than the retail. You know, so I got the best of both worlds. I got 230 something banks now, so I would say get a broker where I shop it for you instead of shopping the best deal, instead of taking a lending deal, having all these multiple people with your information. You go to me and I'll shop the bank for you. Secondly, part that I agree with him on, I told people this all the time. Like, I've been in the meetings. I can see the pattern. They don't tell me directly, but I see the pattern when they look at certain social security numbers. I don't want to say it on air, but I don't think red lines change. It's like slavery. I don't think it's just gotten smart and they know how to hide it. Staring, we had a situation. CJ and I were staring. It's still alive and kicking. You know, they hadn't changed anything. They just got smarter with it. All the stuff that they try to outlaw and try to make like such predatory lending, they still alive and kicking. Just changed the name, rebranded it, so everything is still going. And we still.
I mean, if you look at it, Navy Federal just got jammed up.
Right,
Getting caught.
Right. So we had a situation just last week. I mean, you could Ray Charles could see that they're gouging you. You know, but we still fall victim because we saw such emotional buyers. You know, we don't logically think, and I'll put a greater good. And then we don't put our foot down. We don't band together. It's nothing gonna be done because we got what's had the more impact? Me slapping somebody like this or coming like this and striking somebody. We don't have this. As long as we like this, there's no impact. As long as we got a bunch of individuals going the opposite way, there'll be no impact. So we're gonna keep getting screwed. We don't come together. There's no trust. What CJ and I got in the business for, a lot of times when we try to help our own, it's the opposite reaction. Like it's the old cliche. When you see a drowning man drowning, you throw him a life preserver and you kick the life preserver away, thinking that's something to harm you. Often, how long can I go before I say, all right, well, give me my life preserver. I'm gonna go try to help somebody else that want my help. You know, so you kick the life preserver away. What do you want me to do? People gonna keep gouging you, man. And I've been in the meetings. I'm gonna say this straight up. A lot of these people that y'all chasing, because y'all make y'all feel good, because they're beautiful and they don't want your business. You know, they tolerate your business because they need to pay that payment. But for the most part, they don't give a damn about you. And if they can get over on you, they will. But we don't care nothing about that. We just care about doing the transaction. It's stupid. I'm gonna say it straight up. And people like that, man, you just can't help. Y'all, people, they got to at some time be principle over profit. At some point in our lifetime, we're gonna have to take a stand. Are we still gonna continue to be the laughing stock? We're gonna have to think long term, man. Is we gonna do this for the greater good? Or are we gonna just try to survive transaction? Every transaction counts. Every snap of the ball, every swing of the bat, all this count. You think it don't count? It does. So we're gonna keep being the laughing stock, or we're gonna start putting on our big boy britches, the big girl britches, and start really playing the game how it's supposed to, and try to compete as on a global sense. So we're gonna keep being where we've been. We gonna keep getting bent over, and let's keep it all the way 100. We don't. No, let's keep it all the way.
No Vaseline.
I talked to some of my friends that's high up. I mean, on the social economic totem pole, and they asked me about, you know. I mean, I just got to tell them, like, we just asleep at the wheel, you know. We just asleep, you know. I don't get it, but it is what it is. We change. They said, I think it was Shaka Zulu. Wasn't it Shaka Zulu said, how you catch a monkey? You know, you give him a shiny object and a distraction. You know what I'm saying? And you can walk up on the monkey.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? What do they take a shiny object, you throw it in the hole, and then you walk away. And the shiny, you know, the monkey goes curiosity, he gonna try to grab it, and the hole is too small for him to pull his fist out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So you get stuck. And so instead of letting the shiny object go and running away, you can just walk up on the monkey and put the net over him. You caught him.
Yeah. Well, he started out the video and he was talking about how they do black people and Hispanic. I mean, it's one of those, you already know where this is going. This, like you say, this is not new.
Yep.
I mean, you know, it's a whole mentality, and it's not just in homes. I'm gonna tell you, I had a friend once that was a car salesman, and he says the same thing. When black people come, certain minorities come in to buy a new car, that shiny stuff is what they're looking at. And he was talking about how these certain salesmen, when the people drive off the lot, they're sitting there laughing at them,
Right.
how much they done got them.
Right.
I mean, so it's not just with homes. I mean, it's a whole mentality.
This is a fact. Like I've been on the inside. Don't forget, I could blend in. You know what I'm saying? I can blend in very well. Believe it or not. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I've seen it. I've seen it in the loan officer side. A lot of them don't, you know, they tolerate, but they know there's no, and we just choose wrong all the time because you're choosing that shiny object and you get caught every time. You're choosing that shiny object, you're choosing the wrong people to help you out. I don't know.
And then when you said that about the like, you know, throwing a life preserver, you know, when you have people out here trying to help, it's like they don't want to listen to you. They rather go listen to somebody else.
Right. Which, you know, is leading you astray. Every time they show you how something happened like this quarterly. This person getting busted. This person getting busted. This person getting busted. How many times y'all have to see the same thing over and over for, you know, hold up, man. You know, so we seen it. CJ and I seen it. I don't think it had that particular thing had anything to do with race, but maybe it did. You know, this is the first time I ever seen like the counter. Like, yeah, we ain't changing nothing.
Said who wasn't changing nothing?
Like we had a situation like, you know, they obviously gouging them. We hit back. All right, well here go the comparison. Like, man, you obviously you $10,000 off the ball. You ain't even close. All right, we ain't changing nothing. You know, take it or leave it.
And they still took it, huh?
They took it. Crazy.
Was you able to give them something better?
I mean, in theory, yeah. But see how they hide it is what the builders do. I got something for the builders later on. You know what I'm saying?
Are you comparing a builder transaction to a resale transaction? Is that what you mean? As
No,
far as all the hidden fees?
No, we're talking about builders, lenders compared to brokers.
Oh yeah.
They showing you there's no comparison to the loan by itself, but what they do is, oh, we'll give you credit. All right, so you're really taking most of it back. So can I just get the same thing with my people? Well, I'm really getting a deal? Nah. You know? So
well, I mean, a lot of that they get, well, that's another conversation. But those builders, I mean, they getting them on, not coming out of their pocket.
Right. Well,
if that deal might be better, but if I go over to A, I ain't got to come out $20,000.
But you still
yeah,
do.
but your deal might be better, but I got to pay
you
$30,000.
want to come out on the front end.
Yeah, you're gonna pay. You're gonna lose it. Yeah, you're not paying on the front end. You're just gonna pay it on the back end. And
right.
Most people not, they looking at that like I'd rather pay it on the back end.
Is that a bad thing to want to pay it on the back end?
I mean, if you want to pay interest on fees,
right? If you want to go towards fees or going towards the actual house, this depends. I mean,
if we
don't we talk about how we can refinance too? So I think sometimes they be trying to dangle that in their face too.
This is my point. It shouldn't be either or. I think the problem of steering is when you tell me I got to do this.
Oh,
you tell me I got to do this, or you got to go through our lender. That's steering.
Mm-hmm.
That's steering. That's the definition of steering.
Now I haven't seen anyone say that they have to. They just dangle. They just dangle that carrot so much in your face that
you can't do it.
You go in that direction.
Right. So my thing is, all right, you showing me I exposed your hand that the deal that you supposedly give me ain't really a good a deal as I thought. So all right, well, give me a good deal. This is negotiation. Give me a good deal. You know what I'm saying?
Well, here's the thing, B. When you go into the builder,
right.
From a real estate perspective, though, at the end of the day, the buyer wants the house. If that's the shiny carrot, if that's the silver thing that they're trying to keep in their hands and they won't let it go, so they can be free to go get a better opportunity. If the builder offers you $10,000 worth of credits, whether you use them on upgrades or use them towards your closing costs. For a buyer, that's a solid opportunity versus going anywhere else. And you, like CJ said, you still got to come out of pocket $20,000, knowing that you're only gonna
stop right there. Let's take that same scenario, and out that $10,000 that they give you, we sure that 8 is really going towards paying the fees.
True.
And all you really getting is 2.
But that's okay. Here's the thing: when you talk about those fees, that's less fees that got to come out the bank account.
No, but these fees are junk fees.
I don't disagree about the builder's fees that they charge for whatever reason that they charge them for. I don't disagree with none of that.
What we saying is, all right, instead of giving me 10, give me 5, and let me get a real deal. That way I can net better.
You can net better what?
You can net better with shopping, but they won't allow you to shop.
Net better with what? But at the end of the day, if you're buying a new construction, if I don't gotta pay, if I have to pay 20 or 10 grand,
now listen to me. I get it. You can still do the same thing outside. It's all negotiable. The problem is nobody's checking these big builders and say, listen to what I'm saying, Hyman.
I'm listening.
Let's take your numbers. I'm getting $10,000 in fees, right? I'm getting $10,000 for closing costs. All right, and I found out that $8,000. I'm looking back to back on it. $8,000 of it is junk, so I'm only netting 2.
Well,
hold on. Let me so you can really see the picture. I got another deal on the table, so give me 5. Don't give me 10. Give me 5. Let me go with my own lender. That way, I'm at least getting 5. Now we can't do that. Bullshit.
What? You just walk. That's it. And at the end of the day, does the buyer want to walk? And they're like, nah, I like the house. All right.
But now you see how they cheating though. That's steering. This is not coming
from a real estate perspective.
All the boys and girls out there, this is not coming from the lender. This is coming from the seller. Look, and the seller is the builder. Not coming from the lender. They're trying to make you compete with the lender, like it's apples to apples. Apples to apples would be 10,000 here, 10,000 there. That's apples to apples. So it's not coming from me. A 10,000 fee is not coming from me. It's coming from the seller. The seller's discriminating on who they're giving this credit to. and it's forcing you to take a bad deal.
But they technically got the right to do it.
Huh?
They'll still sell you the house. But you just
they'll still sell you the house. You don't have to go through that
No,
limit.
but they showing you that they're not allowing you to shop. They're not playing fair. They're not playing fair.
What you gonna do?
I mean,
that's what I said. What I said, analogy. Is this more powerful or is this more powerful? We used to the abuse. Ain't nothing gonna change.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we keep on falling for it. It's gonna keep on happening. You know, it is what it is. You know, so that's what I said. Let's we get together, lobby legislation or something like that. They're gonna keep screwing us. You know, it is what it is.
Yep.
You know, so let's go to the next one. Anybody else got anything on this? I mean, we keep seeing the same thing quarterly. Navy, if Navy's Federal, it's Wells Fargo. If not Wells Fargo, it's Bank of America. Who next? We see the same thing over and over.
Yeah, that's not gonna change. That's
not gonna change until we change it. You know, so we used to the abuse. But while I'm on this dude page, man, I'm giving men a little some shine today. This is right up Hyman's alley. Let's go ahead and talk about this, man.
Uh-oh, what we got?
Yeah,
give me what you got for a poach out.
No longer pay commissions to buyers agents at all, which means home buyers are about to get screwed, especially first-time home buyers, because if sellers are no longer paying for the buyer's agent, who is? The home buyer. So does the home buyer just have an extra 3% or whatever that agent is charging to pay out of their pocket? Probably not, especially first-time home buyers. So this will dramatically hurt home buyers. Yes, buyer's agents are going to get hurt because home buyers are going to get screwed. So the government has shown they're really, really good about not paying attention to unintended consequences. This is a problem. Sellers should no longer pay commissions to buyers agents at all, which means home buyers are about to get screwed.
All right, so yeah, you know,
tell about it, Bear B. Tell about it, Bear B. Tell them how to buy.
You know what?
Bear. Tell them how you're supposed to get paid, Bear.
When I think this.
Come on, Bear. Don't be scared.
No, I'm trying to see how I want to put it. The seller, and we all know that the seller is paying it, but if the seller, I think on the HUD, it says, you know, ABC, you know, this money going to ABC Realtor, this money going to DEF. Why can't the TREC come up with a document that says ABC is paying DEF this amount? Because I think that's where that confusion comes in. Because if you look at the HUD, it says seller paying listing, seller paying buyer. And I don't understand why TREC, because when I saw that at the beginning, you know, my years of doing this, and I'm like, that doesn't, to me, it doesn't make sense for it to be on there like that. I think TREC should have an actual document from the listing agent to the buyer's agents, like the agreement between brokers for leases.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then on the HUD, it would say John Doe's paying ABC listing company $10,000, and now the listing agent ABC would have a document saying quote unquote percent or quote unquote amount goes to DEF.
It's already on there though.
No, it's not. Not like that. No, but it says it. It
they
says
they got a checkbox on the ABV for selling.
Right.
Yeah, but it shows as the seller's paying to two different ones instead.
I mean, the agreement between brokers form has it on there. You can check off if it's being sold, who gets what. It has it on there.
But is that on the HUD? That's not on the HUD though.
But it might not show up on the HUD that way though.
You know, you're old school right now. You know they ain't call that thing a HUD in about
And
6
see,
years.
that's what the customer's seeing. The customer's seeing the HUD. So the customer's saying, "Hey, I ain't paying John Doe
for all
anything."
the new people that don't know what the HUD is after closing this place.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Right. Yeah, you old school with it, man. They ain't call that thing a HUD in a minute.
You know what I mean. The closing document.
Right. But now let me dip my 2 cents in real quick. I mean, first of all, this for the boys and girls that don't understand, our audience, they're talking about changing the laws. The Department of Justice ain't got involved now. They're trying to eliminate, which is stupid. They're trying to eliminate the buyer's commission.
They eliminated it.
Well, they're trying to eliminate the set up front.
The seller paying it.
The seller paying it, which they're gonna pay it for anyway, but that don't make any sense. They do shuffling the paperwork, but
it ain't no law though.
CJ, tell them, man, don't be scared, man.
No, it's agreed upon in the listing
They
agreement.
go ahead and bust it down, though.
The seller gets to decide what he wants to pay the listing broker.
Right. We all know this. I mean,
and they also get to decide how much they pay the buyer broker.
Right. We all know this.
So
but it's not too much like right though. We talking
like no laws that says who got to pay who. It's agreed upon in the agreement.
Right.
If they don't want to pay it, then you can say they don't want to pay it.
Right. Right.
Now, as a buyer's agent,
that sounds too much like right though.
But the thing is, as a buyer's agent, if you ain't communicating to your buyer, there's a possibility that you may have to pay me, and that's on you. Because in your buyer's rep agreement, you put in there, this is my fee. No, I'm getting paid from somebody, but this is my fee. So it's up to you as a buyer to determine whether or not it's going to be you or the seller. And if it's not
this wasn't the clip I wanted to play, by the way.
Say what?
This wasn't the clip I wanted to play. It's something to that effect. If I find it later, I'll play it. But he broke it down a little bit better. This was him reacting to the clip, but he has his own clip as well, breaking it down. But
hey, I don't know outside of Texas. In Texas, it's all on paper. Like it ain't no laws. Nobody got to do anything. So you decide as a seller, as a buyer, like it's all on paper. So as an agent, you need to be communicating this with your client. And if you're not, that's your fault.
Well, this is what's gonna happen. This is what's gonna happen if they change it to where now you can't, as a seller, I can't pay the buyer's agent, which I doubt they do. But let's say if they hypothetically, let's go down this rabbit hole. Now is this gonna hurt the buyer? Now you got if you buying a $300,000 home, you got to be prepared to slap another $9,000 on top of that. You know, which most people are already struggling to pay just their down payment and stuff like that. So, or 6 to 9, or you're gonna have a bunch of people that's gonna be trying to be flat fears. Like they got the flat earthers, you're gonna have the flat fears, coming out here. So a bunch of people gonna be flat fee, and it's gonna be it's gonna be garbage. And then when they start,
I think these lenders gonna get creative and they're gonna start letting them roll it into the loan.
Well, that's until that happens. But I'm just this is all hypothetical.
This ain't hypothetical. This is true. This is really what's going on. I got a listing I can show you right now. I can show you one of mine.
Right, but let me finish this statement, then y'all can go ahead and chime in. But I think you're gonna have the decline of representation on that side, and then once it gets that bad, then they're gonna try to switch the laws back. Because if you don't have I think it's gonna get bad. They shooting themselves in the foot. I'm entertaining their line of thought. If this what they want, it's gonna get what you pay for. The flat fee is gonna come out. Yeah, I do it for $5, and they ain't gonna give a damn. All right, you want it, you got it.
I don't see that happening now. It like the system that the way it's set up, it's gonna be too much. It's gonna be too much of an uproar from realtors and their associations to fight what they're trying to fight. I think it's going to be too much. They're going to have to reevaluate and come up with a different way of doing it. And I see NAR is kind of like, so I don't know if y'all seen the realtors on here. They're offering the ABR designation course for free right now.
Really?
To teach you what? To teach you something to say, well, look, this is how much they're paying. This is how much I make. How do you feel about that?
That it's going to teach these buyer agents how to communicate with the buyer.
But here's the thing. My issue with it is stop separating buyer's agent and listing agent. At the end of the day, at some point, we're going to be buyer's agent. At some point, we're going to be listing agents. We have to understand that how you going to get paid. Or I'm going to say it like this. How I get paid, I have a fee structure. Period. I have one. And at some point, agents will have to learn how to identify a fee structure for their business, even if they're coming out of a fee base or a commission split. Agents, we have to understand how to justify and how to identify how much our time is worth.
Yeah.
Period. And I can put it out there. I have a flat fee, right?
Right, but you
do a deal with me. Hey, it's gonna cost you $5,000 off the rip. No matter what.
You're forgetting about the bottom feeders.
I can't worry about the bottom feeders.
Yeah, the bottom feeders won't be able to provide enough value, so they're gonna die off.
But see, the people don't care. People still buy 99-cent cheeseburgers.
I ain't got no problem with you buying.
When you buy in the house and you find out this person don't know how to negotiate, they don't know how to fill out the forms properly, they're messing up on stuff because you want to get a low fee person.
Don't forget that McDonald's has on the side of the drive-thru window that this food may cause cancer. Cigarette has a clear sign on every packet that, hey, you smoke this, you're gonna die. People don't care.
You know why? Do you know why a hamburger can be 99 cents?
Because it's not really a hamburger.
Okay. If it's not real ground beef, right?
Right.
So for an agent who knows, well, look, to do this type of transaction, it's only going to take this amount of time and this amount of effort. All right, I can do it for that because I know for a fact that if I'm representing a buyer, I know I'm going to show them probably 3 or 4 houses. Before I get in the car, I'm going to find out exactly what they need and what they don't need, make sure they're qualified, make sure they understand what's going to happen. At that moment, once what I have learned, once I created my fee structure, I realized, like, look, everybody's not going to get everything from me based on the fact that if you can't afford what I do at the highest level, okay, I can do A, B, and C for you for this amount. How do you feel about that? If you're okay with that, I'm okay with that.
But Hyman, your clientele is different than the average agent too.
Well, yeah, you're right. You're very much right. My clientele is different from the average agent. But when I do get an average person, I do tell them the same thing. Hey, I do have a flat fee. My flat fee is $5,000. Can you handle that? They say, can't handle that. I get it. No harm, no foul. Right. On to the next.
Yeah, but what happens when not you per se? We're talking in general. Let's take the personal out of it.
But but as agents, you have to understand that you got to know what your value is, and you have to have levels of value that you're presenting. The 99-cent hamburger is a great example. You're not getting real ground beef, so okay, I'm not getting real ground beef. I'm not getting the Five Guys burger. I'm not getting the gourmet burger from Vic and Anthony's. I'm getting a 99-cent burger from McDonald's. That's to be expected.
But this is the problem. Five Guys, when I go into, don't have no line. McDonald's have a line 24/7.
24/7. So as a business, here's it. As a business owner, because that's what we are. Do we want to go ahead and tap into that long line while we wait for that high end clientele to come through? Yeah. So you got to create that, and I think that's going to be the best method. You create your fee structure based on what you're going to offer to the folks that can afford it.
But
there are some that do that. They have a minimum. You pay this amount, I'm gonna do A, B.
And that's
you pay this amount, I'll do A, B, C. You do this, I'll do A, B, C, D for this amount. Which one you want?
Right. Hey, but Alberta around the corner, she do everything for $1,000. What you gonna
go see Alberta? Ain't got no problem.
Right.
Alberta.
All right, and when what's it called that what's the name of that light company, man?
You got many. You got
Reliant?
Jetsla, you got TXU.
Reliant,
you
I
got
ain't
Reliant.
gonna knock it. Hey man, they went to Alberta, man. So I can't pay this month because they all went to Alberta. Now what?
That's fine.
You say
Ain't it fine? They gonna say
when Reliant says what now?
when Reliant go to calling and say, "Hey man, you know this bill is past due. We're gonna go ahead and clip you. You're gonna tell them all your clients went to Alberta because I couldn't compete."
All of them not going.
Yeah.
It's a long line for that name and burger, but it's not everybody.
As realtors, it's our job to show clients what our value is.
Right.
Yep.
So,
You can show them all you want. Some people cheat. You know what I'm saying?
And that's okay. But here's the thing. That's okay.
You get what you pay for. Just let them. Hey, you get what you pay for.
We said, all right, let's take this argument. Let me stop that right here. Now we talk about this. Now flip this on the lending side. Now you see what we're talking about. Flip this on the lending side now. Exact same thing. Now you see exactly what we're talking for. And we got better deals and all this stuff, and people still go for the shiny object. But Terry, I'll let Corey go in on this a little bit since he ain't had a chance to speak on anything.
Which part am I speaking on? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't understand your point.
The clip itself.
If I'm supposed to be speaking on your point, I don't understand it. Okay.
No, the clip itself about the DOJ changing supposed to be changing. I know this is all speculation, but it's supposed to be changing the pay structure for the buyer's agent. You know, speculation, but if they do change, what do you think is going to happen? How do you feel about it?
The one thing nobody has talked about is, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be a problem for the actual buyers, right? But the buyers are the small people. The people that are the biggest has the most value in their voice. And the people that's going to be hurt by this that nobody has talked about is the actual mortgage companies, the big banks. They're going to be the ones that get hurt by this. And the reason they're going to get hurt by this is because we had the housing bust because a lot of properties were over leveraged. If you take a FHA loan, for example, it's 3.5% down. You're at 96.5. You add on a 3% buyer's commission to that, plus the 1.75 for upfront mortgage insurance. Now that property is over leveraged. That property is over the value of what it's worth. When that thing starts to default, it's going to be big losses for the banks. So the banks themselves, in their voice, is not going to allow that to happen. They're not going to sink the ship. So you know what I'm saying? They're going to have many lobbyists that go down there and be fighting it against it because they're not going to go down just because somebody got upset that seller agents have to pay.
That's a good point.
Well, seller agents ain't got to pay. They split it. You know?
I mean, they split it, but you know what I'm saying? It's still coming from the seller side.
Right. But either way, it's going to come from the seller side anyway, you know, unless they're trying to have all the buyers pay for their own fees. But the whole thing is the convenience fee the seller is paying or offering to split their fees because they want the buyers to they want the agents to bring their buyers. That's the whole purpose for those that don't know, you know. So and the list through these, you know, these particular the technology, use technology. So let's say MLS didn't exist and we all have to just ride by and find stuff or randomly find stuff on everybody's on everybody's website. Let's go down that rabbit hole. Let's say the MLS didn't exist. How would that look?
Post it on your Instagram?
Yeah, everybody grabs gonna be going crazy.
I like Barry's idea though. I like Barry's idea. We need a column for the selling broker.
But let's visit this. If you take the value out of what the MLS do, let's say there was no MLS. How would people find your listing?
Through a sign in the yard or through word of mouth.
So you got to drive.
Houston Chronicle.
Right.
That was how it was done in the 80s.
I mean, social media, marketing.
Back in the day, you had to go get a book.
Yep.
Yeah.
You literally had to go into the agent's office and go look at the book.
Right.
It's very true.
So let's say this. We back to this. We back to the Stone Age. Now, how would that look in 2024, 2025? So it's gonna be whoever Now you just switch it, you just kick it to goal. Now it's gonna be whoever got the biggest money to have the biggest platform.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna
but-
go to them because I want my.
You're really gonna have to do marketing. I mean, you're gonna have to market
But
for real.
now you're
if
talking about the
MLS
big
was up
companies. Now you're talking about Keller Williams and all the rest of them that got the bigger platform. You gonna want to go to them because they got a chance to get your stuff listed and sold.
They money long. The smaller they ain't gonna make it.
Am I right?
I think that's an unrealistic hypothetical. So I mean, you know, said MLS, as we know, is not going anywhere. So I'm not following the point.
But then I'm like, what does that affect? Who's paying who though?
No,
Yeah, the MLS is just a platform of showing what's available.
But Hyman, correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't that the beef in the lawsuit saying that the MLS was something like a monopoly?
Yes.
So, all right, I'm just saying
because that was a point that was used in the argument
lawsuit.
to say that.
So
well,
that's why
it costs
I
us to put your house on the MLS to get the most exposure.
Right. So that's why it validates the hypothetical. Let's remove the MLS. Now what happens?
I mean, technically, you can get rid of MLS, but you still got like sites like I don't consider like Realtor.com, Zillow, because individuals can go business on there. It's just agents like HAR where Realtor.
I know you get low again. Yeah, you get low.
That's Hyman with all that wind blowing in his microphone.
Right.
You be all right, man.
No, I was saying it's a difference with association MLSs versus like Zillow and Realtor.com because individuals can post their own properties on there. Association MLSs, realtors are the only ones that have access to it.
Right. So wouldn't it be a battle of the websites at that point?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Now Zillow and Realtor
not just that, but you would have to actually go and market your property. I mean, your listing, whether it's getting Google or on social media.
Yep.
Because there's no incentive for the buyers to bring it. You know, it's at that point it's all about who you're gonna have the flat fears, and you're gonna have the people that actually communicate with their buyer and actually have 3%. But so it's gonna be if y'all want everybody to earn everything, now it's gonna be who got the biggest network. So the buyers agent, all right, let me see who. All right, I don't have the MLS anymore, so I'm gonna see who. How can I go and research these properties?
I mean,
so that's how
the flat fears can go in and research and email a buyer. Hey, here are 5 properties. You go check them out.
Right.
You know,
the MLS is not going anywhere. I mean, that's just one gripe that they had about it. You know what I'm saying? So even if they do win the lawsuit or whatever, and they have some kind of issue, they're going to come back again with the MLS. They're just going to call it something different. It's the same thing. That's not going anywhere.
Well, they might change the information that's in it.
Well, we all know it's not going to. We playing devil's advocate. We kind of saying, all right, to what end are y'all gonna change things? All right, we get rid of MLS now what? Are you talking more chaos? You know, so just playing devil's advocate. I think the whole thing is
hey, it'd be pandemonium out here.
It'd be pandemonium. So what you're not making it better, you're making it worse. You know, so they're trying to fix something that don't need to be fixed. They already got a good system. What are we doing?
And then the average person in those lawsuits is winning like $20. The attorneys was getting all the money.
Right.
Yes,
you're gonna get that email. If you bought a house between, you are entitled to damages.
Right.
Oh, look. Oh, that's what I was gonna tell you. Yeah, somebody showed a postcard that an attorney sent out, and it says, if you bought a house between this time and you paid a commission, give us a call.
Right. Well, it's all stupid.
I mean,
it's all stupid. Yeah. I think, like I said, I wanted to march down these two scenarios to the extreme just to show you it's not going to be any better. It's going to be worse for the consumer. It's going to be worse for the realtors. You're just talking about big bank take little bank at that point. You know, it's just going to get worse. You know, so I don't. Huh?
It's bigger than Nino Brown.
All right. I mean, let's go to the next clip. I think we already got a good system. I think if they start messing around with it and is just going to make it. The quality will go down so rapidly. They're going to have to change it back.
Houses cash signs do I have to put out to make $10,000 a month?
Put out 100 every week.
Nothing needs to be fancy about them. I just need to put them on the corner.
The data that we have, it works better when you handwrite them. So we got signs out here. We buy houses, 14-day close. Who am I looking for? Somebody desperate for money. I don't have to have no money to get this done. I don't need no money. I got 14 days to put the house under contract. You ain't gonna close the house in 14 days. Title company ain't gonna get it done. But you got it under contract. Now you go find a buyer.
Seems so easy.
You're gonna fail at it 20 times, 30 times, 40 times. You may get lucky in your first time, you knock it out of the park. People give up on themselves and go to work every day for somebody else. I have no idea what that looks like. Fortunate for me, I have 4 felonies by the time I was 22. McDonald's wouldn't even give me a job. You're going to go out here and you're going to work hard your whole life for somebody else or for yourself. You do it for yourself, you'll end up wealthy. You do it for somebody else, they'll end up wealthy.
How many I buy houses cash signs do I have to put out to make $10,000 a month?
Put out 100.
Right. So I was kind of for my wholesalers and my investors, man. I had to throw that in. So I'll leave it up to the people. Yeah, Hyman. So is he capping? Is he capping or rapping, man? Is he capping or rapping?
He's rapping.
Right.
He's really rapping. It works.
Right. Signs, old school signs.
Old school signs still work. Yeah. All you're trying to do is.
But they call them bandit signs.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That still works. You can invest $200 in yourself and go buy those cardboard signs and say, I buy houses, call me. All you want is that person's phone number and email address or text and the address, and you figure out how much it's worth, and you wholesale it. If you do it right, yes, that does work, and it still works today. Period. Right. But you do have to have a level of compassion, patience, understanding, and you do have to have a somewhat of a team. You need to have you got to have a solid title company on the team. It'll be best suited if you have a realtor on your team that can help you figure out how much the house is actually worth. And that's it. But yes, bandit sign still works.
Yeah, I see them everywhere.
They still work though. Mm-hmm. Especially if you got, like you said, if you got felonies and all the other stuff. Yeah, go on get started in that right there. Mm-hmm.
Right.
And they also have driving for dollars, where you can drive around, and there's an app where if you put the address in, I think you can find the owner, a phone number, and stuff like that.
That driving for dollars situation was an anomaly back 5-10 years ago, and that because of all the technology that's needed to find out who the true owner is not as relevant as a person calling you and saying, my grandmother's house, me and my family got my grandmother's house, we need to sell it. And you're gonna deal with a bunch of BS through that process, but nevertheless, it's a solid deal that you can make some money on.
Okay.
It's way better if they call you versus you trying to call them.
Yeah, because they're asking you for help, and you're there to help them.
Right. Anybody else want to chime in on that before I go in? I found out I got my clip loaded now, so.
The issue with wholesalers now, man, is that it's so many of them out there, they just don't know what the hell they're doing.
Right.
And it's making it hard to say, well, either you can say, well, the best line is oh yeah, I'm an investor. So now you gotta have a damn near a script or at least 10 questions to ask the investors so if they truly know what the hell they're doing, or they just listen, they went to a seminar or they watched enough YouTube videos to say what they know, and you be like, okay, yeah, you have no idea what the hell you're doing. I'm not gonna take your house or your deal serious enough to even put any effort into it.
Come on, man.
Like you said, you have to be compassionate.
Yeah, you gotta show compassion
because some of them might be going through something, and you can't be just coming in there trying to. If they think you in there just trying to get over on them, you know.
Most definitely, man. Especially when it comes down to Big Mama house and you got an auntie and an uncle and a second cousin who think they know everything. Yeah, you're in trouble, man. You gotta understand how to deal with folks.
I think he's kind of doing a little of both. I think he's doing a little bit of cap, a little bit of rapping. I think he's not showing the whole picture. Like from that meme, you got a whole bunch of stuff other than signs that you're gonna need to do. I think the main important thing with wholesalers is your network. You ain't got a network. I don't give a damn how many signs you put out. You got to have the network to get that thing sold. I mean, this is what it is. You gotta have a network. You know,
Not necessarily.
Buyers list. If you're
All right,
speaking of a buyers list, that's kind of irrelevant now, because when you come down to wholesalers and when I talk to wholesalers, they tell me they have a buyers list. I have to ask this: okay, how many people on that buyers list actually have bought a property from you in the past 6 months? And if they be like, well, I'm like, okay, nobody's buying off your buyers list. I need to know, who do you have that you know that can buy this house right now? If it ain't you,
it's called a network.
And I want to talk to them.
It's called a network. You just described the network.
Well, if you want to talk about a buyer's list, I guess my network is mighty small. I only got like 3 people who I know I can buy a house right now.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's going to your network. So how he's painting it is, I can come off the street with 4 felonies, invest $200 to give me some signs, and then I can jump into this game. That's how it sounds to me. Is that not what I just seen?
That's how it sounds, but it does. It can work like that. All you do
That's
is
pretty much how it is. It's that simple.
I mean,
all it just takes is one time and you own.
But so they're missing the point of how you gonna get the thing sold. If I got people calling, I want to go ahead and list my house. All right, I want to go ahead and get my house sold to you. All right, now go on.
He didn't tell the full story.
He didn't tell the full story.
I don't think it's capped.
But do they ever tell the full story on those trips, though?
Right. The link
It's
in
not,
the bio.
because it's bait. Exactly.
Bio.
The link in the bio. Check out my free video. That's gonna lead to my $10,000 course. That's the way
He
it goes.
didn't say all that. He just said, he made it seem like I could go in and get some signs.
But you gotta understand, these some videos under a minute. They can't tell you the whole process in under a minute, though.
Well, say that. Well, they got other stuff to it. We'll find out and hit me up to find out the rest of it. Say that. Make a disclaimer. That's why I said it's a little bit of both. I think he capping a little bit on that to make it seem like it's just that easy. Effort and signs, you can make you no. You got to have a network. Period. You got to have a network. You got to know what you're doing.
You either got to have a network or you got to know where to find a buyer.
Exactly. Because
that's it.
And that's AKA network. You know what I'm saying? It all boils down back to the network.
Not necessarily.
It's not really, because this is the thing. If you got a deal, investors are going to want to jump on that deal. You can go to meetup.com and go to any investor meetup, and you go to that meetup, they have actual opportunities for people to go up and explain their deal. So if you go up and explain your deal, and somebody like I actually go, no way. When you're talking about networking,
it's networking, but it's not a network.
It's not your network. You're just going to meet a bunch of random people who say they invest.
So hold on, B Dix. You're moving the goalposts again. You're talking about network of knowing people. You're talking about network of knowing people. I'm talking about going to an actual meetup and actually talking to a stranger. That stranger is not in your network. If that stranger buys your deal, that's not in your network.
That's called networking.
Oh God.
You keep moving that goalpost. You keep moving that goalpost, B. Keep moving that goalpost.
Called networking.
Is that not the point you was trying to make? The point you was trying to make was talking about somebody in your Rolodex. The point you was trying to make was talking about somebody in your Rolodex, B. Now you want to switch it, but that's okay. I'll let you have it. That helps you sleep at night.
I said one word.
That helps you sleep at night.
Network. You just describing the same thing.
It's not the same thing. No, it's not really.
Hey man, next video.
Amen.
Am I on Mars?
B Dick's over here wrong as 2 left shoes, and he's sitting over here moving a goalpost.
Wow! Backwards. Wow! Is that not networking?
Yeah,
it's meetup.com, not a networking site.
You right, B. It's networking. Next video.
Wow, bro. Like
you right, B. You right, B. Next video.
Wow. What? I'm speechless. Wow.
Oh man.
Really? I just gotta call it out, man. Like, man, you just be disagreeing just to disagree.
Hey, look, I'll say it again. You know what I'm saying? Just in case you didn't hear me the first time. You right, B. Next video. Just in case, because you still going on the same thing, dog. You know what I'm saying? We only got
I'm astonished.
We can't be here all night, B. Next video.
I'm startled. I'm amazed. How many more adjectives you want?
Next video at adjective, put that in there.
All right.
Next video, expeditiously.
Yeah,
Please.
That's crazy. So I'm gonna say what you just said in a different way. All right, cool.
Costa Rica's become the new Switzerland of the Western world. The government here wants investment and wants you here spending your money here. Ergo, they will not cooperate with the IRS or Canada Revenue Agency or any of the other collection agencies, that's what they are, in Australia and the United Kingdom. Your money is safe here. The best thing you can do is come to Costa Rica, move all your wealth here so that nobody can touch it. That includes Canada Revenue and the IRS. Even if they get judgments against you and you get court orders demanding that you pay, you don't have to tell anybody you've got a bank account here. You don't have to tell anybody you've got a corporate property here. It's not going to be divulged by the Costa Rican government, any of those governments, because Costa Rica has decided not to cooperate with the World Economic Forum and NAFTA. So this would be the time for you to move all your wealth out of Canada and the United States, United Kingdom. Contact me. We'll get everything you have moved out of the country so that it's safe and you can actually make money on your own money. KevinJJohnston.me. Costa Rica's become the new Switzerland of the Western world.
You know, I got to put my international stuff up in there. You know what I mean?
I think that's cap.
Cap.
So,
You think the U.S. ain't gonna hit them with sanctions and then at some point infiltrate the government to overturn that in a little bitty Costa Rica? Like, if enough people did that, you don't think they coming for their money?
I mean, all this time they have offshore accounts, Geneva, and all this other stuff that you could put money in. They ain't never came for them.
Yeah, but you're talking about the Caribbean at this point, bro. They ain't going for that in the Caribbean.
I mean, they
don't want them problems with the U.S.
You know,
if the U.S. decides to do so, right? So it has to be enough money moving that way.
Right.
That makes a big difference in the U.S. economy. My concern is that he said you can make money on top of your money. Does Costa Rica use the U.S. currency, or they have their own currency?
They have
their own. They have their own. If they have their own, is that currency still the same value as ours? Is less?
Not 1-to-1.
Definitely gonna be good.
That's why people relocate to Costa Rica, because the cost of living is so much less.
Right. I got my favorite clip.
Agreed.
I got two of my favorite clips at the end. Well, I got three more, but my two favorite clips at the end real fast. But this was a real quick one, man. I just wanted to put that out there. I just want to always throw some internationalism out there, you know, for this to, I think it's getting more global year by year as technology get in. But I'm thinking on a global basis, man. I think, you know, if it's not Costa Rica, there's other other places that you could throw money in, and rich do it all the time. You know, so I'm thinking globally. That's all I got to say about that one.
You got to think long term too, though.
Right. And looking at property in Costa Rica, a lot of people talk about Costa Rica. I think it's too close. I like Thailand. I like Asia. You know, so Thailand. I'm looking at a couple other, Bali and all the rest of them. You know, so but anybody else? I got three more. So
just because a dude take a video in front of a stream don't mean he in Costa Rica telling you.
Well, he was really talking about, if you look at his shirt, he really Canadian. I don't know if y'all following global like markets and stuff, but at one point the Canadian dollar was stronger than the US dollar. Now it's like 135 now for every dollar. So it's now like 65, 75 cents. So Canada really,
I thought the British pound damn near the strongest, right?
Yeah, British pound is still stronger than the dollar. However, I'm talking about the Canadian dollar. Canadian dollar at one point was stronger than the US dollar.
But I think it's more Canadians going to Cuba than Costa Rica.
Right. So a lot of Canadians getting the hell up out of that, man. It's getting bad. It's almost like California. You know what I mean? The worst is like a lot of liberal politics, man. They jumping ship. left and right. So that's what he was talking about. Like he's Canadian, and they talking about going to Costa Rica and stuff like that, jumping ship. So but I heard about California, man. I heard because I'm thinking about going to the Bay next month. And they're like, man, you better reconsider that, man. You better move slow, move strategic out there, because like Gotham City out there, So it's
What
getting
part of Cali is like that?
all of it, but it's even worse in the Bay. Like I've heard it's even Keith Lee got the hell up out of that, man. He was supposed to do Keith Lee. They ran up out of the Bay, man. So
the tourist spots are still on point.
I don't know about that. You better check it. Yeah, they got something called bipping out there.
Bipping?
Look that. Yeah,
bipping. What is bipping?
You got to look that up, man. Yeah, we ain't got time. Yeah, we ain't got time right now, but it's bad out there. Let's just say that. Let's go to the next clip.
I can't go to San Francisco. Oh, that's terrible.
You can go.
You go.
You guys tell me about bipping and ripping.
$30,000 a year is equivalent to making $164,000 a year in 2023 or 2024. Yes, that's right. And in addition, the middle class isn't dying; the middle class is dead. The average household was making $3,000. The average house cost $5,000. So it wasn't too hard. You had about 2.5 times the price of your annual salary would be what you could do to afford a car and a house. Nowadays, people are making an average of $74,000 in household income, and the average house is $450,000. So in order to be considered middle class, the bare minimum of middle class in America right now in 2024, you would have to make $174,000. And that's not doing well. That's the bare minimum for middle class. In 1983, making $30,000.
How much y'all middle class? How many on the panel middle class, man?
It don't exist.
See, I think the problem is we still got these 1990 prices in our head, man. I'm saying, wait, we're not doing as well as we think we're doing. 170,000 is middle class now. Don't forget, man. You got $20 chicken sandwiches.
According to what?
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, where she getting this 170 something thousand?
170 California, baby.
No. Yeah, we're talking about national average of the cost of
national
goods.
Average, yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about the cost of goods.
But I mean, middle class in New York and middle class in Houston is two totally different things.
You want me to run the video back?
I can.
No, I want you to
find
Google
a million videos where somebody can
Google
say what they want to say.
Exactly. I call it cap.
I bet I can find a video where somebody say the average is 200,000. I mean, come on.
Well, they made a strong comparison. This is why Patrick need to be on the panel, man. Let me give it one more time.
Let's go ahead and come in, but he need to get on the panel.
Oh, is he?
Oh,
I didn't see the.
Yeah, he said he liked the other video where he said you can go work hard to make somebody else rich, or work hard for yourself and make yourself money.
Oh, okay.
Salary would be what you could do to afford a car and a house. Nowadays, people are making an average of $74,000 in household income, and the average house is $450,000. So in order to be considered middle class, the bare minimum of middle class in America right now in 2024, you would have to make $174,000. And that's not doing well. That's the bare minimum for middle class.
That's upper middle class.
1983, making $30,000 a year is equivalent to making $164,000 a year in 2023 or 2024. Yes, that's right. And in addition, the middle class isn't dying; the middle class is dead. In 1950, the average household was making $3,000. The average house cost $5,000. So it wasn't too hard. You had about 2.5 times the price of your annual salary would be what you could do to afford a car and a house. Nowadays, people are making an average of $74,000 in household income, and the average house is $450,000. So in order to be considered middle class.
Now do you understand you're doing the cost of good comparison?
I mean,
are y'all following me? Are y'all tracking?
I'm really not, because she says 74,000. She's saying the average is making 74,000. Then she jumps and says, well, the average middle class, a bare minimum is 175,000. So where the extra 100,000 comes from?
Let's take it back. I see y'all was in room 9. I see in room 9. Look at a lot of room 9 people on the panel. You know what I'm saying? So she's doing the average cost of goods comparison. 1950, the average cost of a house was $5,000. So the average salary for the American household was $3,000. So it take you 2.5 years 2.5 years of your salary was the equivalent of buying a house. So if you use that same formula and compare it to nowadays, where the middle salary now is $74,000, and the average price, this is on a nationwide scale, is $450. She's saying that by that comparison now, it's going to take $174,000 to be the same thing that it was back in 1950 as far as the cost of goods. Are y'all following me?
Yes.
So she's just taking the 74,000 and doing 2.5 times.
No, it's going to actually cost more than that. You're saying the 74,000 is the average right now, but it needs to be 174 if you're going to compare it to what it was in 1950, 75 years ago. So if the average cost a house, let's say, was only 2.5 times my salary, and the average house is $459, that would mean you need to make 174. Are you following?
What he said is to be considered middle class.
To be considered middle class.
Was
that considered middle class when you were making $3,000 and the house was $5,000?
That was considered middle class back then.
Yeah.
So
or to be equivalent to 1950 from an inflation standpoint.
To be equivalent to 1950. Okay.
Inflation wise. So there is no list. She's making a cost of good analysis.
Okay.
So that cars and stuff like that, you can get a Cadillac for 6 G's, fresh off the lot.
A Cadillac you get for $6,000.
Yeah, you used to get a Cadillac for brand new.
What are you talking about now?
He said used
No.
to. He said used to.
Yeah, so used to. I'm talking about the cost of goods comparison to your salary is what she's saying. So now you get an Escalade, man. Escalade gonna cost you $150, $200.
Yeah. You can't get that slam back.
So it's a different ball game. So that's what we're talking about. So now is it the salaries haven't risen the same with the same intensity as the cost of goods.
Yeah. I agree with that, yeah.
So if you talk about this cost of goods wise, she's not saying that 174 is middle class because that's not what she's saying.
Yeah, because I'm getting ready to say, I don't know where she got that from.
Nah, that's why I'm breaking it down the track so y'all can track. She's saying that for what you could get back then and what you can get now ain't the same thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
So do y'all agree or disagree?
Oh, of course. I mean, that was what, 50 years ago, 60 years
35 years ago. 35 years ago. So you don't see how crazy houses went. Don't forget, we always talked about back in on the house party. Pop said he paid $15,000 for this house, and that was in the 80s.
That's real. Yeah.
So now we're talking $450,000 for the average house. It then skyrocketed.
Yeah.
Back in the days, our parents could get a house, man. You could get a house. I know wages was, $3 an hour, but you could get a house for like
I was gonna say
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in 2000, my first house was $85,000.
Exactly. Now that same house. What she's saying is now that same house would be $250,000.
I wish I'd have kept it too.
But how this could be educational? Why I chose this video? Number one, you see where it's trending. So for those people that's millennials and zillennials right now, you see that your dollar is going to be worth 15 cents pretty soon, which is already out. They said the average dollar that was $1 back then is now worth like 15 cents. 35 cents or something to that effect. So it's like a third. I mean, if
it
not
should
less.
be 65 cents.
I thought it was 35. The dollar right now is worth 35 cents than what it was back then.
I don't know if I can see that one.
So the dollar, as far as inflation. And we talked about this a couple of weeks ago where we talked about the Zimbabwe currency where it costs like $1 trillion to get an ice cream. So it's not the amount of dollars that you got. A lot of people talk $1 million. $1 million is like 100,000 right now. 200,000. It's not the same thing. Kanye a billionaire. That's like $1 millionaire now. So you talk about moving the goalpost. That's the goalpost that's moving, and nobody talking about it.
It's not quite accurate either, but you got it.
Yeah, I mean,
$1 billion is $1 billion. I don't give a damn where you're at in the world. You know what I'm saying? It's like
nah,
$1 billion.
that is broke.
Now, come
All
on.
right, well, give me $1 billion right now in America, and I give you $1 billion Nigerian money.
I don't plan to go to Nigeria, so it don't even. What are we talking about? What is your point, B?
My point is, you got to be aware of this, man. You dead in my age, man. You know that. Let me give me. I give you.
Nowhere near your age, B.
Ain't nowhere near your
I
age.
said damn near. So you gotta know about this stuff, man. Like, so you give me. I give you $1 billion pesos. You give me $1 billion US. You talking about $1 billion? $1 billion? No, it's not.
Billion, but that's $1 billion pesos. That ain't $1 billion though.
All right, well, give me $1 billion. I'm gonna give you $1 billion Canadian dollars. You give me $1 billion American dollars. Let's see if they're the same. Peso, dollar, zare, yen, whatever you want to call it.
All right. And when I go to Canada, I get some.
So, I mean,
you comparing currencies from different countries though.
Correct. You said a bit. Nah, we said that because he said $1 billion, $1 billion everywhere. No, it's not.
Oh, that's what you said. Okay, I was wondering why
$1 billion. Yeah, okay.
Oh boy, y'all funny.
Y'all off the chain, man.
Come on, bro. It's not the same, bro.
Next video.
The question is, can a person making $74,000 buy a house right now?
But again, barely. But that's not the point of the video.
Right now.
She said that the average middle income right now is supposed to be 74, but really it'd be 174 if you're talking about cost of goods. If you're talking about the same ratio back in 1950 as you would say the cost of houses are right now. That's why she mentioned 74. 74,000 right now to consider middle class. That's what she's saying, but it should be 174 if you're talking about cost of goods.
Shoot, and nowadays that 74 comes with student loan debt and everything.
Right, exactly. It's not the same, but we sleeping on this. Is a very important topic. This is, we kind of slept on this one, but this is a very important topic that people need to know about. And I see a lot of people suffering. Even my daughter age right now, like you got a job you thought was a decent job, making 60. That's poverty. You couple that with taxes and your student loan. You paid all that money for these colleges to get these, HBCU, and you come out making 60. That ain't enough.
Especially if it's a W-2 and you getting taxed.
Yesterday's prices are not today's prices. You can't even afford a house. Couple that with your student loans and taxes and inflation. Yeah, it's real. So this is a topic right now for the ages, man. So it's gonna get so priced out that where you're not gonna be able to afford nothing. We talked about last week the BTRs. Everything was buy to rent. Or build to rent.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's it right there.
Yeah. So you're not gonna be able to afford a house. So it's different than our parents' generation, different than our grandfather's generation. Like, man, that's the goalpost that moved. So hold on, let me cue up the next one. Y'all got me talking.
So 74,000 quick math. That means they make $5,500 a month.
Right.
Student loans is probably $400, so that puts them at $5,000 a month. You put a car payment on that $600.
No,
they give their income at $3,000.
You forgot taxes.
You took taxes out? You ain't take taxes out.
Yeah, you got to take taxes out.
Taxes at 20%. 20%? Is that a good
no?
number?
Try 30 if they're single.
30% tax if they single.
Yeah.
No dependents.
No dependents.
Well, back when I was in oil and gas, it was taxing me.
30%? Yikes.
Yep. Tell them the truth, my boy. Tell them the truth, my boy.
So that puts them at 52,000. It puts them at $4,000.
Right. Now take out the student loan.
Student loan is $400.
That's if they pay them and they don't put them in deferment forever.
But you can't be deferment no more than a year. Let's tell them the truth. Let's tell them the truth.
Should know.
How long can you be in deferment? After you're out of school, how long can you be in deferment? After you're done?
I don't know.
Forever. Come on. Next clip.
$3,900.
Knock
Car
it
payment.
off.
What the average car payment might
So
be
we don't have to
$600.
pay these student loans back. That's what you're telling me.
Credit
You
card
got
debt,
it. You got any student loans, B?
I paid it off.
What then you don't know? Go talk to somebody that got some student loans. Stop talking about what you think you know and you don't know. Go talk to somebody that got some student loans, B. God damn. You gonna tell me you can't defend it, you got no student loans?
Now we get
a person that
ridiculous.
makes $74,000.
So now we can defer student loans indefinitely. Knock it off, bro.
Hey, lock him up. Joe said he gonna wipe them student loan debts out of there.
He been wiping them out. He get ready to send another round to wipe them out.
Boy.
So a person who makes $74,000 actually can purchase a home because they have an income of $2,800 a month.
That's before buying. Hey, that's before paying for somewhere to live.
Right. So let's
from the lending side, they don't count rent and
utilities and shit like that, right? This is how are you calculating this? All right, so 52,000 left, right?
Yeah.
Now I say 74 can't afford a home, yes. But most likely, let's talk Texas. Texas is more like 60.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right. So 60, you got a problem. 55, you got a problem. 74, you might be there. You know?
Why is that?
It's a big difference. Let's calculate 55. Let's calculate 55. That I know for sure. Go ahead and do the same numbers on 55.
Why are we doing 55 when the median income is 74,000?
That's nationwide, bro.
Here in Houston, it's still at.
No. It's about 55 to 60.
No.
Don't forget, nationwide includes LA and New York.
All right.
In Chicago.
I'm 9, bro. I'm 9. Let me you know what I'm saying? But this running, bro, trust me, we do this all the time. I do this all the time, at least.
We'll do.
Yeah, so do it on 55, and so we can show the people.
55 will put you at $3,600 a month.
Okay. All right.
That
So
puts you at 20. That puts you at 22.
22 what?
$2,200 income. After your student loan and car payment. And I did $500 for your credit cards.
What about the you said car insurance, you got the student loan. How much of student loans you putting in there?
$400.
$400 a month?
Yep.
Okay.
Car payment was $600, and I did $500 for
what kind of car they gonna get for $600?
I don't know, man.
You know,
I'm not trying to say that. I'm not trying to say they driving the Benz. I'm just saying they drive a little car that's $600, man.
All right. So I said that's like the car my daughter got, a Fiat or something like that.
Something like that. So that's at $2,200. That's doable.
So 2,200, yeah.
Doable.
That's if they have, and you took out the taxes as well.
Yep.
Right. So this is how I calculate it. You know,
They can go get. Here's the thing, B. Here's that one thing you hate the most. They gonna get a new construction from MI Homes.
Yes, I was getting ready to say that, Hyman.
I know it.
The very
He hates to
thing.
hear it. He hates to hear this part. But the reason why they go to those places because you can go get a brand new home for $250 with all the rebates that they gonna give you. Get the plain Jane and take that little $10,000. That's fake money they put into it. It's affordable to them.
No, this is what I got. This is how I come up with it.
Got in Columbus.
Check this out. This is how I calculate 55,000 a year. So you stop me from loading up this new clip. Divided by 12 is 54. Divided by 12 is 55. Excuse me, 45.83 a month. Yep. You divide that by 2. That's your 50% debt to income ratio. That's 22.91.
50%, 57. Don't you mean?
That's FHA. So give or take.
Yeah, that's true.
Give or take about $2,300 a month. Let's give you that. So $2,300 a month minus the $600 car note. I'll give you the $600 car note. $400 student loans, at 0.5%. Now we're down to $1,300. Credit card. Let's say they got they're gonna need for a good credit score. They're gonna need probably like $100, $150 in credit card debt, minimum payments. You know what I mean? So let's take $150 out. So that's $1,150. What house can you afford for $1,150 right now?
Nothing.
Exactly. That's my point. That's how I
let me help. let me help bring some light to this thing right here. You know what I'm saying?
Here we go.
Just to kind of help when we're talking about the salary. Now,
Let
go
them
to
play,
yes.
y'all.
we ain't just
play.
we ain't just spitballing shit out our ass. You know what I'm saying? So if I look this up, according to the Austin American Statesman, the average Texas salary in Texas is $68,744.
Oh, I got more.
We are the 12th highest paid state on average out of the country. So when you just spitballing 40 and 55 and all this other stuff, all I'm saying is, why don't you do your research? That's all I'm saying.
All right, let's take 68. That's closer to 74.
We surely in now at 68. We in like Flea.
Yeah, so 68, you should be in there. But I'm talking about teachers and stuff like that. Where I see that's 55 to 60. The formula that is used most of the
There's
time.
no teacher that makes $60,000 anymore, B.
Well,
no.
I just
All
did
teachers
one.
have gotten a 3 to 5% raise over the past 2 years.
Okay, 3 to 5% of 60,000 is how much?
Nah, it just depends on what their individual.
What do you mean now?
I'm serious though. There's no teachers making 60,000 anymore.
If 60,000, if 10% is 6,000, 5% is 3,000. So how much you think 3% is? That's not that don't give them 60.
I'm telling you now, no teacher right now is making $60,000 anymore.
How much are they making? How much are they making? And I just did one this week. So how much are they making?
They should be at 70.
No, they're not at 70 yet. Not that I've seen. I hadn't seen a teacher, even with coaching stipends, they're not at 70.
Mm.
You know, even when they did do coach, they're around 55 to 60,000 a year. You know, this depends. You know, even in the high end district, that's where they at. So maybe now you're saying that you prove my point. Now teachers, for the most part, are below average. And Barry B, aren't you a teacher?
I've done it, yeah.
Yeah. So how much
they pay you, B?
I mean, you get they starting teachers out now at 60. I mean, fresh out of school.
Exactly. That's what I'm
So
saying.
I mean, if they've been teaching 10, 15 years, you would hope they be you would think they'd be up to at least 70.
Yeah, stay up to 70. They way past 70. If they
Now I see professors make a grip. Professors make over 100,000. You know, but I had this HISD. No.
Oh, they don't pay nobody. that's why they having the problems they have.
This last one, man, this is just right along for this is on my positive note. I had one more for my Thailand, but y'all get the point. Y'all know Thailand gonna be cheaper. You know
Thailand.
Yeah. Then y'all know Thailand gonna be cheaper, you know. So I kind of reiterated the point, but let's go ahead and end this on a positive note. Hold on a second. I got this one. I had to I felt this so much I had to redo this one right here. All right, let's roll on this. But you know, it is what it is, man. This is the story of my life right here. You know what I mean?
Brian T said, "Is this a Jamaica real estate chat?"
I thought he asking, right? Well,
5 reasons people hate you as a chosen one. Number one, because they see what they can't see in themselves. It's not about your physical appearance, but rather what you carry inside. Number two, because your dominant presence makes you stand out without even trying. This bothers them because they have to work harder to get attention. Number three, because you remain standing regardless of what comes your way. This disturbs them because what they thought would destroy you didn't. Number four, because you are the chosen one, God himself is causing them to hate you. It's a sign of God's confirmation when you experience hate, especially from unexpected sources, your family, friends, and loved ones. Number five, because you're likable. They may try to ruin your reputation by spreading lies about you, but people still like you despite their efforts. They are bothered by the fact that you are not chosen by yourself, but rather was chosen by God. Remember that if you are one of the chosen ones, you will face rejection, hatred, and suffering. This is the price you have to pay for being chosen. Don't be discouraged by the hate and rejection you face. Instead, you can use it as a sign of confirmation that you are on the right path. But one may ask, but why do I have to suffer? Tell me right now, any chosen person you know who has never experienced hate, rejection, or suffering. Can't. And that is because to whom much is given, much is expected. Let's rebuild it. Ashe.
Man, ain't too much need to be said after that, man. We can go ahead and wrap it up, man. You can mic drop that. You know, with that, man, you can say peace, man. We'll see y'all next week.
All right. See you.
Peace.